Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newest released Saturn Toys dynamic duo of Batman and Robin from the 1966 TV show. And I already have set up to the side Batman and Robin from Hot Toys, the release from a couple years ago. So we're going to compare it to the new release, and then we'll see the differences and the things that stands out the most, and maybe it will help you to make a decision on which one to go for. I'm gonna be doing just the unboxing of the dynamic duo, and I'll have these set up to the side and we can compare them to each other. Okay guys, starting off, as you can see, the dynamic duo from Saturn Toys is a 2-pack, and whoever's gonna get Batman and Robin, of course most of the times you're gonna get both of them. Hot Toys back then, they didn't do a double pack, but at least you get to have both of them. They both have their own things that comes with accessories and display case. But on this one you have the box art from the actors back then on the 60s, and we flip it over, and on the back is pretty much the same picture with some warnings and some production information. Saturn Toys. You take the top off and we get dynamic duo 6 scale collectible figure, a little insert. I like that at least they use dynamic duo, and since they can't use the Batman and Robin name or Batman, at least they use dynamic duo and they don't do like Cape Man or something crazy names that sometimes they come out with. Let's see, you want to take this off? I have not seen these figures before, so I'm doing the unboxing with you. So anything that I'm seeing, I'm going to let you know. Here's the clamshell with all the accessories. I think everything is the same from one to the other, but we'll see. Alrighty, so I'm going to have the accessories separated. In a second, we have Robin's hands, 2 batarangs, couple of communicators, a couple of bottom face for Batman to change, and Batman's hands. We also get the shark repellent, the bomb that he's carrying in the movie, and some handcuffs. But first of all, let's get the figures itself out here for a second. They feel really, really great at the moment. And let's see, we take this off. Here's you got the Batman with some things that we're gonna go through that you already can see about the costume and the way it's done, but we'll talk about it in a second. And then let's get Robin out here. They're very sturdy. They're very new tooling, so they feel very sturdy. And you have Robin. Alrighty. Okay guys, first of all, I have all the accessories out for the... On the left, we're going to have the Hot Toys Batman and Robin, and on the right side, we're going to have the Saturn Toys Dynamic Duo accessories. The main thing, if you can see at the moment, they have all the same accessories, exact the same amount, the same type of hands, same type of everything, except for the Hot Toys ones, you get extra wrist pegs, and that's pretty much about it. The bases are different. You have on Saturn Toys, you have the blue and green for Batman and Robin, no nameplate, it just says Dynamic Duo. And on the Hot Toys, of course, you have the Batman Classic TV series, and you do have the Batman and Robin logo on each one of them. They're both crotch grabbers. One is the older style crotch grabber, the other one is the newer style square crotch grabber. With these, the newer ones from Saturn Toys, they're more sturdy, which and the other ones are a little more flimsy, but they both serve the same purpose. First of all, we got the two batarangs, the Robin batarangs. We had the two little ones. They're smaller than the other one. They're pretty much the same thing. I don't see any difference between one or the other. They're painted exactly the same way. Seems like maybe the Saturn Toys might be a little darker. There's on the batarang for Batman, it seems to be more bluish as well. It's got maybe more like a bluish tint to it. The Saturn Toys are more dark black. I already have the rope attached on this one, on one of them. They don't close, but basically you get the extra rope and you can just attach it to make him climb. The reason why is because in the TV show where they're climbing up the side of the buildings, they're using the batarangs, but on the Hot Toys version of them, you get the display with the outside of the building, and even the windows open in or out, so that way you can have them climbing up on the side of the windows. That's the only difference. There's an extra accessory, let's say, or display base. On the communicators, they pretty much the same communicator. This one is a little more loose, I guess because it's older. This one's more sturdy. As you can see, you don't move as easy. They both flip. And then on the back side, just nothing. It's just the bat signal figure or shape. On the, let's see, on the shot repellent, they both have the shot repellent letters. The Saturn Toys seems to be a little bit more bigger letters on the shark part of it. It's a different type of lettering. That's almost the main difference. They both are painted almost the same. And let me show you also, if you do want to, you can take the cap off and then you have the little spray. You can, there's a hand for it where he's going to be spraying the bottle. When you hold it, to be more accurate, you can have him holding the spray bottle with a shot repellent. On the grenades itself, again, I'm always trying to keep Hot Toys on the left and Saturn Toys on the right. They look pretty much the same. They feel the same. On camera, it looks like the Saturn Toys might be bigger, but it's not. Maybe it's the camera angle. And you can have them holding it, and at the bottom you have a little flat part, so that way they can sit and not roll like that. So you can sit it straight. On the handcuffs, let's see if I can do this. Both got the same style handcuff. And they're both painted black the same way. They got the little ridges in there. Metal chain on both of them. Same chain. On this one, on both of them, you have the working handcuffs. You go all the way up to there. The hands is pretty much the same. Let me just pick a random one. We could compare the paint job on both of them. Seems like it's the same tooling. Maybe the Hot Toys got a little bit more wrinkles pronounced, but it's the same wrinkles in the same place. Let me see at the light. The Hot Toys seems to be more bluish, and the Saturn Toys is a little more darkish blue, or purple in this case. But the same amount of cans. You have the dancing hands, the classic 1966 dance scene from the first episode. Yeah, I think he did it through the series. Same style hands. Again, the wrinkling on the gloves just a little more pronounced on the Hot Toys. Let's see the pegs. Same style. Hot Toys seems to have a little bit bigger hole for the peg in there. Maybe steeper. I'm not sure. Good thing is Hot Toys give you extra wrist pegs, but Saturn Toys doesn't. Now let's come to the exchangeable faces for Batman itself. It's the same style of grin. I think the Hot Toys got a little more detail, but the problem with the Hot Toys, they used to use the brushing for the skin used to be more like suntan. So the Hot Toy is going to be a little bit darker on the face. And also, looking at it, the Saturn Toys is a bigger face, maybe? It looks like it might be bigger. And both of them on the back, you have the magnet to attach it. We're going to try one on and show you how that attached to it, to the figure itself. If you missed the Hot Toys one and you don't know, it seems like they're similar, but it seems like it might be bigger on the Saturn Toys. Let me look it off camera. I don't know. I'm gonna be switching the heads, I mean the mouths, the bottom piece of the mouth on each one of them, see if they fit the same. It looks like, I don't know, maybe on camera it looks like Saturn Toys might be a little bit bigger, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's for the accessories. You got also, I didn't pick up the Robin hands, but here's your Robin hands. The same on the Hot Toys. It's a little darker this time for the Robin, and Robin is a little lighter gloves on the Saturn Toys, but again, same kind of the wrinkles and stuff you can see. Let me get some focus. Hot Toys seems to be more wrinkly, more detailing, even for the lines on the gloves. They're both really good. I mean, they're amazing. We're just comparing it under a microscope, both of them. You don't have to be so critical when it comes to accessories, because they both are amazing. I like both of them. Now we're gonna see the bodies themselves. I'm gonna put both of them in here together, and then we're gonna look at the differences, and also we're gonna try the different heads. Okay guys, before we do anything with the figures, as you can see, I still have the Batman and Robin Hot Toys on the left, Saturn Toys Dynamic Duo on the right. They're both probably proportionate size-wise. The Hot Toys seems to be a little bit taller on the Batman, and Robin, both of them seem to be a little bit taller than the Saturn Toys. Okay, and I adjusted the camera a little bit to see if it was me, but it's not. If we let's bring Robin closer to the camera. If you see them standing together at the same position, you can see that the Hot Toys body is taller. Same thing with the Batman. If you bring both of them together, He's a little taller, so I have to back up. But you can see how much taller Batman is comparing to the Saturn Toys. Okay, going back to just the review on the Saturn Toys. A lot of people's been talking about it before I had my figure. Is the bat signal way too low on the figure? As you can see on the Hot Toys, it's actually center where it should be. In this case, I think people were saying if you take the head off and then mess with the suit a little bit, you can bring it up. I'm not sure. My belt is a little moved, but it's Velcro in here. So if you want to unhook it and bring it up a little bit, you should be able to move it around a little bit. Just be careful because it's hard plastic and you don't want to damage the suit. They're both spandex, so that material, even though represents the TV show exactly the way it should be, you just got to be careful because the threading might get messed up. The shorts or the underwear, they're a little too big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them around. Some people said if you take them off and flip them around, they might fit a little bit better. The cape itself is very sturdy. There's no wiring on it to do any posing for it. It is hooked up to the shoulders with the little peg right there, and also you got the chain on the neck to hold it, and on the back you have extra buttons there that if you want to pose it, you should be able to unhook it, but just be careful because the more you do it, it's gonna start getting messed up. And then you see the zipper for the suit itself. On the Robin seems to have less differences and less problems. I think on this Robin, everything fits perfect. Even his underwear. It's got a little stitching over here that we can cut that off. Even the tights, the knees are the same on the Hot Toys as well. So they both show through the spandex because that's the spandex. That's how it is. I don't know how they could have fixed that. Maybe some padding, but then you'll have restriction on the articulation. The cape, you have them seamed together right here to give it a little line here, a little seam. And then this one is attached at the shoulders. You can see the button already came off on that one. I can put it back, and on this one too, no big deal. I can hook the button back in and everything will be fine. The belt, amazing. It looks amazing. It's got little pieces over here. Some people said they were missing for them. On me, I don't see anything missing. Everything is fine. The buttons, the R pressed in or glued in, and the cape. A little portrait. Very young Bart Ward. I think they said that he was about 19. And by the way, it was his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to Bart. But yeah, the colors and everything is vibrant. It's just like the TV show. So comparing the two Robins, so you can see the faces. I don't know why Hot Toys did a lot more darker on the skin tone, but it seems to be the same exact tooling. This is more smooth skin. This is more pronounced. The R is the same thing. Seems like the Hot Toys body, or sorry, the top part of the costume seems to be fitting better on the Hot Toys. Maybe if we mess a little bit with the belt and stuff, we might be able to do it, but it seems to be a little bit longer. And it's odd because the body's longer on the Hot Toys. The tights, we have like a pinkish tint on the Saturn Toys Dynamic Duo. On this one, it's more flesh tone on the Hot Toys. The boots are the same. Seems to be a little bit darker on the Saturn Toys. But and on the costume itself, on my Hot Toys, is a little bit more brighter. Now turning them around for the cape. They both have the stitching on the cape to keep the cape seamed like that. And let me put this down on the Hot Toys. That does have the buttons as well to keep the cape together. It's in the same exact spot as the Saturn Toys. And then the zipper for the costume. The rubbing is pretty good, pretty much almost the same. Other than the skin tone and the softness of the face makes the Saturn Toys look a little bit younger. And the difference on colors on the tights. It's more gray, more white on the Hot Toys, more pink on the Saturn Toys. Now the biggest difference here is Batman himself. And I'm going to try to do this as good as possible. They're both standing up. They're on a cardboard on my bed, and they're both standing up perfectly without the base. First thing I see is the Batman cape. They both have the clips at the shoulders. For some reason, the Hot Toys, it fits better. It's like it lays better on him. Maybe with a little bit of futzing, we should be able to get it like that. You can, since you have the seam, you can probably do something more like that and get it to go in. I'm not sure. The clip to hold the cape is way bigger on the Saturn Toys. The Hot Toys is more disguised in there, the little clip. They're both on a hook, so you can take the cape off. We already talked about the bat signal, or the bat sign being a little too lower. We could be able to remove the cat suit and bring it up some. Seems like it's been put together kind of in a hurry, maybe. They were trying to get the production out. You can see the underwear. Even though we're gonna flip it around, see if it makes any difference. On this one, on the Hot Toys, seems to fit much better. There's more bluish tint to the Saturn Toys. I guess because it's newer, the paint is fresher or something. This one seems to be a little more faded. They have not been on display much, so I have them in my collector boxes, in their own boxes inside a box. They have not been out much in the sun or nothing, so I don't think this is coloration from being outside. I only display them for a few weeks, put them back in the box because of room, so I don't think that's gonna be an issue for me. On the cape, and we're gonna go to the face in a second. The cape itself, on this one, you can see I can get the seams almost the same way of both of them. They both feel the same. They look like they have the same length, even though the Saturn Toys is a shorter figure. The cape falls down a little shorter on the Hot Toys. It's longer on the Saturn Toys. Boots are the same. The boots, they look the same. And then there's more seam, pronounced seam on the Saturn Toys, but it's just looking under a microscope. And on their face, okay, I moved the camera up a little bit so you can see the face difference on it. Move up. The line on the top of the cowl seems to be more pronounced on the Saturn Toys. They both have almost the same coloring. It's lighter on the Hot Toys. Eyebrows look the same. The cowls themselves, there's a difference. It's because of the size too, the way it is. The head seems to be, let me see if I bring him up. Yeah, the head seems to be bigger on the Saturn Toys. It's got a skinnier, slimmer face than this one, where the body is slimmer on the Saturn Toys. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop out the face plate. Okay, they're both out. Okay, we're gonna do the faceplate, the Hot Toys face on the Saturn Toys Batman. Seems to fit perfectly right there. Like I said, it might be a little bit bigger face. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the Hot Toys with the Saturn Toys face or mouth. So you can see there's a little bit more futzing to do. Seems like they might be a little bit bigger. It fits fine to look at it, but you can tell that the face is a little slimmer. It all depends on preference, so which one you like the best. But I think the lighter skin tone is better. I like the sculpt on the Hot Toys face, but I like the skin tone on the Saturn Toys. Okay, we're gonna flip it back. Okay, one last look at the face. We swap back the faceplate, the mouth plate. You can see Adam West's eyes on the Saturn Toys looking a little bit up. Looks really good. You can see it. And let's check the Hot Toys. Almost the same too. See if we can put them back side to side. See if we can have both eyes. Let's see. It's hard to do when seems like on the there's more. You can see it more on the Saturn Toys, I think. Let me flip it on this side if it's not the camera angle. Yeah, it seems like Saturn Toys you can see them better. You can see the eyes better, but they're almost the same. I think it's the same head sculpt. I don't know why the proportions are bigger or smaller. If they use the same tooling, maybe there was some changing on that. But yeah, there's your Batman and Robin. You can see the difference. They're standing straight up, and you can see the difference on the sides. It's like an inch difference or more. Standing straight up. Okay, for articulation is the same and one or the other, and even on the Robins. It's the same style articulation. You got a double joint. Since it's spandex, the spandex holds up pretty good. There is some padding on both figures. You got the ab crunch. With the padding, it gives you a little bit of resistance, but you can pose them. You can move them side to side. Of course, the legs, same way. Bring them up. I'm not gonna move them too much. The knees are on a ratchet. You can hear it, and they go all the way up. You can hear there. And they're holding up. I like that because if you put them in a post, they won't fall over. And then, of course, you can move them sideways, and there's no much movement for the feet. They're fixed, so you can't move the ankles. Let's check the Hot Toys on articulation. Taking consideration this is an older figure, it's been out for a while. Double joint on the elbow, comes up to there. Same ab crunch, side to side. Of course, the head, I didn't, just it tilts and goes up and down. For the knees, let's see. This one is not on a ratchet, but it holds up all the way up to there. Still holding up for an older figure. And the boot, same way. There's some little bit of articulation, but not much, so you can't do much with them. For the Saturn Toys Robin, you can see the joints. They're ugly, but what can you do? They're there. You have to bear with it. You can move them up. There's no double joint. It goes up to there. But the knees do have double joint. So you can go almost all the way up. Like that. And it goes right back up. And then on the feet, they can go up and down because it's a shoulder boot. You can see the little cut in there, but it doesn't bother much, and you can go side to side, pivot. And on the abs, I forgot about the abs, the same way. This one's straight body, don't seem to have any padding on it, so you can move them around really well. On the Hot Toys, it's almost the same thing. You can have the double joint on the elbows because exposed elbows. This one's out on a small ratchet up to there. You can hear it. Same thing with the abs, up and down, sideways. You can turn them. It's less restricted because there's no padding either on the Robin. The knees is the same way, double jointed. And it kind of looks fine with the sculpture because you can see the knee cap. So it really doesn't bother anything. And on the foot, the same way, up and down. You can see the seam, the joint, and then move it and pivot. So Robin's got more articulation. On the cape itself, what I'm looking at, just that I just realized, the color on the Robins, it's a little bit different. It's more stiff on the Saturn Toys. I don't know if it's because it's older or the Hot Toys is older or what. But yeah, I'm digging the Saturn Toys face, but I also love the Hot Toys face. One thing I wanted to bring up, and I forgot about it, on the hands, on the wrist of Batman, you can see if you move it, you can see the flesh tone. I wish they would have at least that painted blue because you can see the flesh showing through. And you can push the piece a little lower to make it to hide a little bit, but if you do something like that, you can't hide it. It'll put the hand back up. On the Hot Toys, it's painted blue. The body's painted blue, so it'll hide it and it'll look better. Okay guys, as promised, I flipped around the underwear, and in my opinion it did not fix the issue. It might have made it a little bit more ugly, I'm not sure. I've been trying to fudge with it, try to put it up under the belt, trying to get it fit better, but it doesn't. As you can see, the Hot Toys one, let me focus on that, it fits perfectly on the body. I think it's because of the type of body they're using. They use the same underwear, but the Hot Toys body's bigger, so maybe that's the issue. I did not get any results like most people were saying. At least in my case, it didn't. And be careful when if you're gonna try it, because the belt kind of wants to hang on the stitches of the underwear right here. So make sure you pull out and up before you lower the underwear and to flip it around. Okay, just wanted to let you know that. And then I have not tried the bat signal. I don't know what to do. I don't want to take the whole cowl and everything off. And I'm trying to pull up, but it seems to be very stuck in there. So that's gonna be a pass. I don't want to mess up my figure. I'm not gonna try to fix that. Okay guys, this is just a test. By looking at the figures, tell me which one is the Hot Toys and which one is the Saturn Toys. And not by looking at the bat signal. But yeah, you can see there's difference on the Batman is night and day. On the Robin is spot on, both of them. You can't go wrong with one or the other. The Hot Toys looks a little bit older and more suntan than this figure. But you know, you could swap the heads if you have both of them, if you feel like it. The pinkish tights, I think I like better the wider tights on the figures. But yeah, you can see that I swapped them around. This is your Saturn Toys Dynamic Duo, and this is your Hot Toys Batman. There is a big difference, but if you didn't have both of them, you wouldn't know that big of differences that you have between one or the other. So you can't go wrong with either one of them, but it's up to preference. Okay guys, to wrap up the unboxing and review and comparison of the two Batman and Robins, the Dynamic Duo versus the Hot Toys Batman and Robin, I brought out the Mars Toys prank villain, aka Joker, Cesar Romero from the '66 show, and to get a family picture. As you can see, if you don't have one or don't have the other set, it's just as good. They'll go well together. We are getting a Riddler. Probably next week we'll start having the pre-orders out on 1/6 kit. That's where I ordered mine. And also we're looking for the Penguin from the TV show, and maybe many more. Hopefully a Catwoman or Catwomen, because there's 3 different ones. So yeah, if you have missed your Hot Toys release when it first came out and you can only get the Saturn Toys Batman and Robin, you will not be disappointed. They're both amazing figures. There's a lot of different ones from one to the other, but they are very well done, both of them. I'm happy with both of them. So if you have the Hot Toys and you want to get the Saturn Toys just to have the other ones, Saturn Toys of course is a little cheaper. The Hot Toys, they go up for a lot of money. They went down on price a little bit since Saturn Toys came out, but still, it's gonna cost you a lot more to get the Hot Toys. And just make your decision. You can't go wrong with one or the other. I love both of them. So and I can't wait to get more from the '66 show, more figures to get them all together. I missed out on the Batmobile. It's a little bit too much money from Jazz Inc. I wish I had it. My brother has the Batmobile and he put them together. I'll give you a picture for you to see it. They look amazing in the Batmobile, and I just missed out opportunities. Especially the vehicles are too big and you need a big display for them, and I do not have the big display, you guys already know. So but yeah, there you go. I fixed Batman as much as I could, his underwear and everything. It looks much better now. I did not mess with the signal, the bat signal on his chest, because I don't feel like messing with him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell notifications. That way you know when I'm going live. And also when I post different videos. Follow me on Twitch. You can ask questions. I will answer all the questions I can on the comments. So let me know what you think. And I will see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed it.